Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode here at Donoram. We're playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We're on episode 2, and this is part 2 of... Wait.
This is episode 3
this
for
is
us.
episode 3, but
this is part 2
episode 2,
but we're
part 2.
A renegade attorney. We operate by our own rules.
Yeah. And speaking of places where rules aren't broken, we're going back to the Gatewater Hotel.
We need more witness tampering.
We do need more witness tampering.
We got to stop the Cubans.
Oh.
There's the Cuban.
All right, Luke, you're the bellboy.
Good afternoon, sir.
Excuse me, you are...
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir.
Oh, right.
I've just come up to deliver room service, sir.
Do you know where Miss May might be?
I believe our guest May is currently using the facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. We don't care if you walk into other people's rooms at all.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit.
I almost forgot.
Gah! You came back quick.
Might I ask to inform Miss May that there's a message for her. Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corps phoned.
Oh, right, sure.
Mr. White.
Mr. White.
Wait,
of
who's
Blue
Mr.
Corps.
White?
We were told not to trust him because he was found innocent after Mia and Maya's mother
That was the guy.
fingered him through ghost activity, but then like the police got egg on their face because it turns out the ghost was lying, or maybe the ghost was telling the
ghost
truth,
was telling the truth.
or maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it was the guy who ruined, like it's saying there, Mia and
okay.
Maya's
So
mother.
just in case,
Could it be a
this
coincidence?
is a baby game for babies, so it will tell you these things. Finally,
There's a
figure out
screwdriver
what
sticking
the
out of it.
screwdriver's.
Find the wiretap.
What do we have here?
There's the McGovern campaign.
You were right. It was a wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this?
Like you'd need to be part of a corp or something.
There
to
is
wanna do
definitely
this.
something suspicious
blue
about
corp.
Miss April May.
Okay, when did Breaking Bad start? Because this is Mr. White of Blue Corp.
This is, yeah, if it was around 2001.
Yeah, like
It's sure.
Blue
It was
meth-
2001. We were in junior high.
yeah, blue meth, Mr. White.
All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial. That's for sure.
Your Honor, I broke into her room without a warrant.
I'll get to this woman's bottom.
Wait, you know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy.
Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to
Tangoing.
tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court.
She walks in while you're saying this to yourself. Oh, well, that would have been a good place to cut
Yeah,
it
that would have
last
been a
time.
better place to cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's perfectly
Well,
good spot to cut the
Yes,
episode.
and now
Show off.
we're going to show
The
off how to
save data.
save data here. All right.
This is how you save, kids.
Yes. A
It's
great
now-
feature.
Yeah, way to date the episode, Adam. It's February 28th. It's exactly 21:06.
Oh, but it's 9 hours off, Don.
Oh, shit. We just got back from Paris.
September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. Clash.
The court is now in session for the trial of Miss May. Maya Fay. So, damn it.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Oh,
Damn, that's a
God.
good voice for you.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
What if I'm not ready?
Miles Edgeworth.
I declare this a mistrial.
I better not show
Going
any
home.
signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
The sexual tension. Yes. Miss Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
Neither do I. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
If we may call you our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer of the scene, Detective Gumshoe.
This box is really tight.
Witness, please state your name and profession in the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts this statue as evidence. Again.
They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans were added to the court record.
Okay, so remember, she bled to death instantaneously. Apparently.
Now, detective,
Yes, sir?
you immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct?
Oh.
Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence. She did it. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and for some reason the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Pal. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in witness testimony, she would bluff it and press a witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Heh, I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try.
Oh, something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
Okay. Okay, so...
Yeah, when we put the call in, that sounds right.
We need to talk about the note, probably. And maybe present the
Did you
phone
not
call.
see Mr.
We have to
Bigglesworth?
present it at the right moment, though.
What about the...
So
why
should we
don't you press them on
that?
Because we did say that you couldn't see a face from the window.
All right, so let's press them there, right?
Yeah, just press. I don't think press actually
Hold
works.
it. Well, yeah, if you press and the judge doesn't see why you pressed it, you'll lose credibility. There's a meter in the top right.
Okay.
Why is that? What's your reason? All right, so we didn't lose anything on our meter there.
Okay, so... Maybe press around
Right there, because, yeah. All right, hold on just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did. Because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it. You said it.
You said it.
Exactly. What about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait.
Well, I guess she is pink. She's pink. Court agrees. Do you have any solid proof?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Press the hard evidence. Yes.
Gah.
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. They found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab tests show the blood was that of the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
I thought she died instantly.
Yeah?
Ah.
How you like my hard evidence, Mr. Lawyer? It's very hard. Before we begin the cross-examination, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Don't. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor. Sir, try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
All right.
All right. She died instantly.
So we need to say it where he's saying
need to
she
present.
wrote the...
I think we need to present.
We could present the phone call for why she would be writing the note,
or
we could.
the autopsy, which
You,
says
when you present it, it has to be on the correct sentence.
I think we
too.
should press him on the sentence where he says she had time to write it.
what, like go
okay.
again,
Like
just
the-
like the finger,
Yeah.
or next for when he actually
Yeah.
makes the supposition.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
press him on
press
this
on
one.
that.
yeah. Press him on the that because of the. Sure, happens all the time in books and movies.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
No, this is a game.
Let's talk about reality. You guys haven't heard of many cases? No. Yeah,
Where's it going
actually,
with this?
you got a point, pal.
Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused.
Okay, so we need to present the evidence.
Yeah.
The victim told us the name of her killer.
Order, order. That's right. That's what he said.
What he said. Okay. There has to be a contradiction. Let's find it. All right. So I'm going to...
So right back to that.
The same thing, just present the phone.
Yeah,
call.
just-
Yeah. So do we need to do the murder weapon or
No,
I think the
autopsy
phone.
report. Autopsy report.
I think the phone say.
Death was
It's
instantaneous.
Instantaneous, yeah.
She didn't have time.
Yeah.
Well, the phone explains why the note was not her killer. It was telling him that she knew what was in the murder weapon.
Well, we can try that, I guess.
I don't know. I want to do the I kind of want to do the autopsy
If you both
report.
want to do the autopsy. we
Okay,
can do
I
that.
vote autopsy.
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Miss Fay, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Miss Maya Fay. That's really what you're saying.
What? This is one of your lawyerly tricks, isn't it? Is it? Of course you wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
Backwards.
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. The report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But
No butting your way out of this one, detective.
order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When?
Presumably when
Maybe we
discovery
should,
happened, but
forget.
It would have been the day after the murder.
Yeah, it was the day after.
Yeah, because she was already detained.
The prosecution's point being?
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object.
Oh, God.
But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
No way.
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya.
God damn it.
That is all.
Technically, you're supposed to present that to the defense. But
Damn
I'll
you,
allow it.
Edgeworth.
Now it's time for the phone call.
Yeah, I should have known something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say?
I'm a sham.
The detective's a sham. You're a sham.
I'm a sham.
Let's go with the detective's a sham.
Yeah.
Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report?
Oh, I thought.
I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that.
I'm sorry, sir.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But.
Your Honor, I submit this to the court.
Understood. The court accepts this evidence, this late evidence.
Wow.
Well, Your Honor,
So we had a point. We just were misinformed.
Yeah.
the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Oh, my bow.
Darn.
Okay.
This isn't good.
Maybe we should call him a sham instead and throw out the evidence.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent?
Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service. Wink.
Cat. Girl. Oh,
Oh my
God.
God.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. But the witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, in my hotel room. Tee-hee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was 9 at night. I looked out the window, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting next to in the defendant's chair. The woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy wink. Wanton winking. Well, Your Honor.
I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Didn't you?
Kind of like a few other things I see here. Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny, false, and perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, are you a coward?
Oh.
Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgewater doesn't want me to. Edgeworth.
Yeah.
She has to have some weakness.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
All right, cat girl.
Okay, so...
All right, so 9 at night.
What
Looked
did
out
the
the window.
autopsy say about the time of her death? I guess it was 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
9, but she might have lived a few minutes afterwards.
Okay.
All right, so she saw a woman with long hair being attacked.
The only thing we can really do is that it's hard to see from the window at night.
Yeah.
So that would be the price.
That
I would
one right
press
there.
her on that.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, she had a girly physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure.
Me.
The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
Yep, he's right. I question the testimony.
Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that.
I think she's lying.
You're lying.
Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning of this? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this,
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like that on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But, oh wait, you're her.
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Brower, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? So what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink.
Wanton winking. Testimony again.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Like
It does not look like a little girl.
Your
Then
Honor.
the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think.
How does she know it's a clock?
Well, does the actually have my report and I started you? D.
How does she know it's a
Yeah, how
clock?
does she know it's a clock?
Yeah.
Unless you
There's
read in
no
the
way.
paper. That's worth pressing her on.
Especially because the clock was broken. So like, there's no way.
Yeah.
She has a wiretap. We can use that. We can 1-2 punch this bitch.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God, it's the bellhop.
Please begin.
I don't think so.
Nicholas.
All right.
The clock.
Yeah, we gotta go to the statue and press around the statue. The clock, I guess. Yeah, right there.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony?
Yeah, unless that was in the papers, she should not know.
He
it was a
clearly
clock.
watched episode 1 on Donoram. He's liked and subscribed and has the
There's
bell
only like
clicked for
5 people this
notifications.
could possibly be now. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
That clock,
Yeah.
the kind of statue clock, the thinker, I think.
Press.
Present.
Yeah, present
Oh,
the
present.
The statue. Yes.
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing?
Oh, you like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said something about the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
In a trial that was not his own. Order.
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Wiretap.
Oh, the witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You'll withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murders within these questions before. Well, only once.
Suppose that's the case. Objection sustained.
What a terrible basis to sustain
Yeah.
Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my questions. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's, because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time.
Shit, you son of a
You're
bitch.
really? So you've been to the law offices of Fay and Company.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fanco, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
If the clock sounded, which it wouldn't have,
Oh, no, it wouldn't have.
because there was no clockwork in it. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah, no,
right. Oh, man. I can't
Clock
give up
is
now.
non-functional, bitch.
I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have
Couldn't
heard
have
it.
rung.
It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang.
Because it's a sham.
It's broken or it's empty.
Well, it should
It's
be
empty.
I know it was empty because they took it out, but I didn't know if we want to try
It's
and
empty.
help Maya because she knows it was taken out.
It's
I guess we
empty.
might as well say empty because
It's empty.
court
They'll press
record.
us on it, and then we'll give them the phone conversation,
Right. Yeah.
which reveals this.
That clock is missing its clockwork. Grubble, grubble, grubble. It took her drugs.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look right now.
Oh.
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
Just the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, I love you. Would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May,
Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright.
he knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
You know, this whole time they could have just fingerprinted the...
Oh, too easy. Too easy.
I mean, the last guy wore gloves, so. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove? Yeah.
Oh!
Impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed was, take that. Take a look at this.
That's a very cute sofa.
Oh, you have a girly's phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone. It contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order.
The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
Remember, the good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep.
Okay,
Yep, we've read all this.
Yeah. It's not working. Your Honor, it's lame.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel.
Edgeworth argues that he should.
Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court?
She talked to her after she was dead.
Just how did you know the clock was a... just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Wiretap.
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I could go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
You stupid wench. There are only two like this, and one is in police custody.
Now both are.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, she wouldn't have seen it in the store anyway. I don't know where the other
The
one is.
witness claimed she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence.
Just show him the statue. It says it's made by Larry
Made
Butts.
by Larry Butts.
Yeah.
Simple.
This clock was never in any store, ever. A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today.
Oh, Jesus.
Her heart's twisting.
Oh, God.
This isn't even my
Was it
final
you, you
form.
porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it. She should die for it. Die.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm the one in charge of who lives and who dies.
Hey, silly me. Did I lose it? I guess I did.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Is she still looking at me? Does the defense have an opinion?
Oh, well, yes, we do.
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain. I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because
She heard about
you
it.
heard about it, yes. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She
Heard?
This is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see this proof. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the weapon was a clock.
Have a look at this.
Ooh, that.
I found it in Miss May's room.
Without a warrant. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what it is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim,
Tapping that victim.
Ms. Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Ooh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that is. Objection overruled? It troubles me that the witness was in possession of a wiretap almost as much
This
as
is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
object to it being inadmissible.
Absolutely.
Even if it was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone?
Yes.
We already heard that conversation.
Yes.
Can you prove that? I think not.
We just did, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof.
The proof. My
Um,
attorney's badge of honor.
Oh,
Cell
God.
phone.
Is it just a cell phone
It's
game?
just a cell phone again.
Wait,
I'm
what are
pretty-
those other ones at the end?
Well, that's the
Okay, it's
floor,
the floor
plan.
plans.
That's the receipt.
Yeah, it's
the
gotta be it's
wiretap.
just gotta be the phone.
Because in it she discusses that it's a clock
Yeah.
and it's on the phone, which
I present the defendant's cell phone.
yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and
Since
the victim.
y'all are apparently deaf.
And we've already seen all this. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock.
And so you knew the thinker was a
Am
stinker.
I wrong?
I. Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap that? Miss May?
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal with the final blow.
Final blow. Why the wiretap? I don't think she did it.
Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have
to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't Tippity tapping her irrelevant?
Gah. She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say.
Couldn't you just plead the fifth?
Miss May,
Yeah.
Peace out.
you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone, it has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even if you had tapped her phone?
Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
You're not the first man who's thought of that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
We didn't say she was. So where does that leave us?
It is to my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's phone. However, this is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder.
No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. Witness.
Do we want? All right, so we know that she was working with the murderer.
Yeah, and there were 2 glasses in her room.
And we know that they went in murder because they heard the documents were in the statue.
Yeah.
So there's probably more to get out of Miss May. I just don't know quite how to get it out of her.
I mean, we need to get her to admit there was somebody else in the room with her who could have done it.
Yeah, because of the 2 glasses.
And the bellboy
But
might
we could
be able
get
to
that out of the
testify.
bellboy. Yeah. So
All
maybe
right,
we
The
just-
bellboy
Bellboy
would
as a witness.
be able to... yeah.
The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I have...
object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree that one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Condition?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you'll recognize that Miss April May was not the killer and thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey.
Judge, want to intervene here?
That is my condition.
Yeah, really?
This is not how...
What?
You can't call a witness unless you say your defendant is guilty. You can't.
We should have just said everyone was a sham.
What?
Except the condition, I guess.
Yeah, really. Understood. I accept your condition.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. Right into my tree.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Nope. The rule. This game you're playing stands.
Hopefully the bellboy just starts spilling his guts.
Yeah, like,
I
oh
believe
yeah.
we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of the work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Oh, very good, sir. I'm the head bellboy at the Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call at 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself.
I see. So the defense may begin its cross-examination.
This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished, Maya.
Oh, I'm wondering if we shouldn't have kept questioning her to get to the 2 glasses.
Yeah. All right, so he's the head bellboy, and he received a call after 8 in the evening from the guest, Miss May. Do we want to press him there?
Well, let's press him on the 9 o'clock. Like, why did she want it at exactly 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
If she wasn't trying to hold up a... Oh, because she couldn't see it then if it was exactly 9
Yeah.
o'clock
Yeah.
outside.
So she
9 on the dot, you say?
That's when the murder happened.
Yes, I confirmed this detail several times.
Yeah, it's true. He did.
Just watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished.
9
sir.
o'clock hour.
9, the time of the murder.
I brought it to her
Maybe
precisely the requested time,
Present
of course.
with like time of death when he's talking about that.
All right,
Precisely
so, you
the
can't-
requested time. Or
so present.
like present the time of autopsy for time of death, or at least the time of the attack.
So he died.
They don't say. Maybe we should just press him on that again?
'Cause well, shit, it doesn't say time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last one say?
That's the murder
It's the
scene.
floor plans. Maybe we should just press him on that.
Precisely 9 then. Precisely. Exactly. And most definitely, sir, 9 p.m.
Thank you for your change in accent.
How can you be so sure?
Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought in. Oh, bellboy, tee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would she be so particular about the time? Oh, God.
We have to press or present something about
He
that.
well, maybe right here is where we press him because he brought it to her
He
herself.
confirmed that she was not looking at the
yeah.
window.
Absolutely, sir.
So she didn't see anything.
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, I brought the room service, sir. The guests, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. Embrasse, sorry.
Embrasse.
French for embrace.
It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to
He
me.
did say something about a gas.
I think Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her.
Ah, alibi.
It's no good. There's nothing there.
There
Is-
totally is.
Yeah, really.
There totally is.
Tisk tisk. Finally, you
you
understand.
This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, will you end this rather tedious cross-examination
No.
here?
Mm-hmm. It was tedious. The witness. No. Protest.
Protest.
He just established there's another
Please
fucking person
wait.
in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Just
Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. Then you must accept guilty. Because that's the rules you
Okay.
set in my court. Shit.
The room service?
Yeah, room service, because that puts him at the hotel room
Yeah.
at the time where he can confirm there was a guest.
I don't know how anything else would make sense.
I mean, the champagne bottles and the bed being
We
super
need
made up.
to point out.
That was weird.
And we need to
'Cause, like,
establish that there was at least
He got a
one
peck.
person.
He got a peck on the cheek. There were 2 champagne bottles, and the bed was freshly made. Like they made a thing about it being like recently and neatly made.
Yeah. I think we want to do we want to press about the room service to see if we can get the 2 glasses?
I definitely want to see about the 2 glasses. So room service, I think it's the only thing we know he's.
Tell me again about her room service. Again, sir, exactly not. I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303.
The
The guest
guest.
requested
Okay.
iced coffee.
$18.
was the charge.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
$18.
Okay, is it expensive? Okay.
Yes. Well,
Yes, well,
yeah,
iced
skip
coffee
on
too.
the 2, you know. And we don't skip on the ice, sir.
Yes.
What did you say?
oh.
They're quiet. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
I object. That was objectionable.
Objection overruled. Witness will testify.
Yes, you see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh, you fool.
I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room?
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple. It was
The bellboy. The man with Miss May. The man with Miss
Yeah,
May.
the middle one.
the man who checked in with Miss May.
Oof.
Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Oh, upstart. Amateur. The accusations are ludicrous.
Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I cannot expect. I expect prosecution to. Understood?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all for today. Court's adjourned. Go away. Slam.
And with that, do we want to move this into a part 3?
Yeah, in 5 seconds there will be a continue.
When it saves for us in 2 seconds.
Yeah, you'll see the save screen. Oh, you know, she's smiling. Let's leave this on a high note.
Yeah, we'll leave it on a high note. So this was part 2 of episode 2, which is episode 3 on this Let's Play series, and we're gonna go into part 3 of
There's a lot of
episode 2
numbers.
after this.
Too many numbers.
Thank you. Like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see when we
Wait,
upload
the guard's looking
the
at us.
next,
Let's leave.
next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.